What do we have here?
Revival plate.
Why is it a revival plate?
It's a revival plate because it's a little something for everybody.
Let me just start off real quick by clarifying that I don't hate Revival. I loved Revival when it first came out because I was the biggest Eminem fan on the planet in 2017. And all the hate upon its release just made me love Revival even more. But now, after a few years have passed and I've matured and I've been exposed to more music, I don't really like Revival. And it's great if you do. Please don't comment the same 5 good songs on Revival that everyone mentions every single time it gets critiqued. Like, I know Castle and Rose are great, but please leave a like because it helps, or leave a comment because it helps even more. I got a bunch of Eminem videos on my channel, and I got original music as well, so please make sure you subscribe if you actually enjoy the content, because that would really help me out a ton. Everyone knows Revival has problems. Everyone already commented on the features and the mix and the beat choices. Everything that had to be said about these things have already been said, way better than I could say it. But I actually do believe that Revival's failure is a lot deeper than people realize. But even the title is weird. Revival. Revival of what? America? I personally always thought Revival was supposed to mean a revival of his old styles, since every song on this album sounds completely different. But Eminem never really confirmed that. You've got Walk on Water, which is this really beautiful, deep, and insecure ballad of Eminem admitting that he's not as confident as he used to be. Fantastic song, by the way. Which goes over into Belief, which is this really motivational comeback story, basically, and narratively it makes perfect sense. Which eventually goes into Chloroseptic, which is just Eminem flexing syllables in a brag rap type of way. But this is where it starts to go off the rails for me. You've got Untouchable, which is a fine song on its own, and it's this really political Eminem putting himself in the shoes of a black person rap, which is followed by an Ed Sheeran love song, which is then followed by a rock rap remix of I Love Rock and Roll. Do you see where I'm getting at? Revival has 4 love songs, 2 rock rap songs, 1 song that sounds straight out of Relapse, 1 song that sounds like a recovery demo, 2 songs where he gets really sad and insecure, 1 motivational song, 2 political songs, and 2 storytelling songs. It's just all over the place. Even the marketing was all over the place. It started out as this really medical relapse style advertising, which then, after the BET cypher, turned into this political marketing, even though the album only has 2 political songs on it. I guess that makes sense. I think every single song on Revival sounds better if you just listen to it individually. But listening to the project as a whole just feels jarring. The narrative and the moods just switch constantly, and it just really takes you out of everything. I think to be a real fan of Revival as a whole album, you gotta be the type of person who just enjoys every and all kinds of Eminem. You gotta be a fan of Relapse Eminem or you can't listen to Framed. You gotta be a fan of Recovery Eminem or you can't listen to Tragic Endings. And you gotta be a fan of Rappity Rap Eminem or you ain't gonna like Offended. And I think those people certainly exist. I mean, I was one of them in 2017. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. If you love Revival, that's great. I'm happy that you have an album that you can fully enjoy. That's awesome. It's no secret that Eminem is literally the most successful rapper of all time. But here's the problem. Eminem's fan base at this point is so big that no matter what he does, he will always disappoint someone. So if you're Eminem, it kind of puts you in a tough position, because let's say 25% of your fans want you to go horrorcore, the other 25% wants political rap, the other 25% wants a love song, the other 25% wants that rock rap stuff. How do you put together an album that just pleases everyone? You can't. Eminem really tried to do the impossible and made an album for everybody, which ended up being an album for nobody. But I think there's a serious lesson here to be learned that Eminem learned with Kamikaze. You can't please everybody, so just do you. There's a reason your art is your art and not somebody else's. But you should always stay true to yourself and do what you think is best. Because the second Eminem came out and went screw you, I don't care what any of you think, people went back to loving him. And it's hilarious because that's just what happened at the beginning of his career. When he came out with Infinite, which is when people told him it was too soft, he then went home and created this real Slim Shady character, told everybody to screw themselves, and suddenly everybody loved him. So in a weird way, Revival really was the revival of Eminem, just not in a way he intended. Or did he? I'm rhyming the last word, as you can probably hear. 1 syllable, sounds weird to my ear. Now I'm not just rhyming the last word in my rap verse, facts hurt, but I probably blow my brains off like my dad's Kurt. I'm so wet with my manager, she straight up fed to Canada, so I wouldn't batter her because I was so mad at her. 4 syllables are still easy to do. I'ma keep it real, dude, unless I'm beefing with you. Then I'm a venomous creature, I might end up as dealer. Either get the machine gun or an Eminem feature, but I'll rap till I get 26 million views. Heavy disses kill a dude, plenty chicks chillin' dudes. Any drinks filled with juice, many bitches feel my tunes. So follow me before I get a hit and get huge.